Hey friends, welcome to a mid-length, mid-spice, kind of 40-minute flow for your whole body. Should feel really good. We're gonna start with some gentle movement and then go into some vinyasa flow, so breath to movement, and then we'll end with some nice stretching and pause. Nothing's gonna get too spicy. That's not the point of this class. It's just to give yourself a few minutes to be with your body and to feel good. That being said, if you'd like to grab a bolster or some blocks, I think it'd be a great idea. Always good to bring the ground up to you, support yourself, and adjust, modify as needed. I will try to give some tips here and there, but mostly just know that if you want to do your own thing and use me as a guide, but then kind of go where you want to go, that's awesome. I love doing that too. So, all right, we're gonna get started in a tabletop pose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Take a little sway and shift of your hips side to side. Maybe noticing right away what comes up in your body today. How are you feeling? And start to settle your sways so you come to a nice still shape. Ground down through your hands and press them into the mat so you feel a fullness in the back of the heart, and then close your eyes down. Feel yourself grounded here, rooted here, present here on your mat with the container that is your body, with the shape that your body is today, but also acknowledging all the different layers of you, your mental side, your thoughts, your emotional side, your heart, and any energetic things going on as well. It's a gentle invitation to allow all these parts to come together and just see where they lead you today. You can blink your eyes open and we're going to move through some cat-cow. Inhale, dip your belly, lift your tail, and lift your gaze up to the sky as you pull your heart through your shoulders. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round through the back body as you push the ground away. Tailbone curls under. Inhale, open up into your cow pose. Exhale, push and round into cat. You can stay in this really nice cyclical rhythmic movement, or if you'd like to add on some barrel rolls through the rib cage or some shoulder and some hip movement, please feel free. You can make this really kind of primal and animalistic if that allows you to feel into all the corners of your body. But let your breath guide you. Let your breath find its way all the way from your throat down to your belly and then out again through your nose. Good. 3 more cycles of breath, whether you're taking cat-cow or any other movements. Big inhale in to fill up, to open up the front body. And exhale, engage the front body as you push and round. Come back through a more or less neutral spine, and we're going to take some kind of zigzag side bending shapes. So as you inhale, we're going to bring our right shoulder and our right hip towards each other as we find a little arc in our spine as well. You can gaze out over the right shoulder. Exhale, come back through center, neutral spine, or cat. Inhale, side bend over to the left, so left shoulder and left hip chase each other as you open across the right side body and the front body as well. Exhale, come through center. You can move through a cat spine as well. Inhale, side bend to the right, open up through the left lung, the left rib cage. Exhale through center. Inhale, side bend over to the left. Maybe involve your neck. Exhale, good. 1 more on each side. Move at the pace of your own breath. Move into the shapes that your body is asking you for right now. Good. Tuck your toes underneath if they're not already. Sit your hips back onto your heels. This is a good place to put a bolster between your backs of your thighs and your calves. Good. Roll your shoulders down. Find a tall spine. Take a few breaths to land here, to feel into your body. And if you're using blocks, put one on either side of you. Stretching out from the sides of your hips. We're gonna do some kneeling side bends. Inhale, plant your right hand, walk your fingertips out to the side. Sweep your left arm up and over. Exhale through center, engage your core, your left obliques to draw you up. Left fingertips walk out to the side. Inhale, sweep right arm up and over. Exhale through center. Inhale, side bend to the right. Fan open through the left rib cage. Maybe curl your heart up to the sky a little bit. Stretch through your fingertips. Exhale. Core brings you back up to upright. And then over to the other side on an in-breath. Good. 2 more in each direction with your own breath. Last one, up and over, stretch nice and long from your hip crease all the way through your fingertips. And exhale, stacks your shoulders over your hips. Now walk your hands forward to the top of the mat. Toes are tucked or in glide or hips back to downward facing dog. Since it's our first down dog, just feel into the shape. Bend your knees, pedal out your feet, or find stillness. You could also do a pulsing of your chest back towards your thighs. Each day can be a little bit different, especially in these really familiar shapes. It's a good place to kind of check in with what you need. 3 more cycles of breath to land. Good. Gaze to the center of your mat. Drop your knees down. Come to Baddha Konasana. So sit back onto your hips. Stretch your legs in front and then bend them so the soles of your feet are touching and your knees are splaying out wide. Everyone's hip anatomy is a little bit different. So if you want to bring your heels really close into your groin, you can. If you want to stretch them out a little bit further, that's good too. From here, we're going to find some twists. As you inhale, find a tall spine. And as you exhale, twist open to the right, plant your right hand behind you. Left hand can come to the right shin or to the right knee to kind of push and traction and deepen the twist. But think about keeping your hip bones pointing forward and the twist coming from above the navel in your thoracic spine, your mid to upper back. Inhale for some length. Exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, peel your right shoulder open, gaze to the back of the mat. Good. Back through center and switch it out. Left hand props behind you for support. Right hand comes to right left shin or left knee. Inhale up first to the back of the crown of the head. And exhale, draw your left hip bone forward, but your left shoulder back. Breathe through the whole central column of your spine. And exhale, see if you can turn and pivot a little bit more to the left. Good, 1 more breath here. Perfect. All right, come back through center. Plant your hands back behind you. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat so that they're planted hip width distance or a little bit wider. And we're gonna take some little windshield wipers. Drop your knees over to the right and then over to the left. Back and forth. Don't really need to move necessarily to a certain rhythm here. Just let it feel good and releasing for your hips, for your low back. And if you want to stay really gentle like this, you can. If you want to use it more of an opportunity to find some active mobility, you can really externally rotate. So drop through the outer right knee as you peel it open to the right. And then when you switch sides, really first actively engage the outer muscles of your left hip, planting down through your left pinky toe as you draw your left knee over to the other side. Just an option. I'm gonna take the more gentle one today. A couple more each side. All right, next time your knees drop over to the right, leave them there. We're gonna find a deer pose fold. So deer pose is kind of similar to pigeon in that it's a hip stretch, but it's a lot more gentle. I'm gonna turn to face you, but your shins can be parallel and your ankles can be bent to 90 degrees like this, or traditionally deer pose is that your toes are pointed and your knees are bent a little bit more deeply, just a softer shape. So inhale here, find some length, find some buoyancy through the heart. And exhale, walk your hands forward so that you're folding over your right shin and your forehead is resting down onto the backs of your hands. See if you can send breath into the back of the heart, the back of the right side of the waist, the right hip. Maybe soften your shoulders and your jaw and anywhere else you feel tension that doesn't need to be there. Two more cycles of breath. Maybe on your exhale, you open your mouth, side out, and let something go. Press down through your hands to come back up through center, and we'll switch it out. So the left leg is leading. Again, you can point or flex at whatever degree, whatever angle feels good for you. Inhale first, and then exhale to fold. Walk your hands forward, rest your forehead down. And let your breath circulate softly and thoroughly through your whole body. Last big inhale. Exhale, release. Come back through center. We're facing the top of our mat. Point your toes to face the top of the mat. Hands plant behind you. Your fingertips, I would like them to point, or I prefer them to point towards my hips personally, just for my wrists. I'm gonna find a reverse tabletop. So ground down through your palms, ground down through your feet. Engage your glutes to drive your hips up to the sky. Roll your shoulders on your back body and open up across the front space of your body. You can keep your chin tucked or drop your head back. This is a nice active shape, but also an opening, expansive shape. See if you can feel into both of those qualities at the same time. Deep breath in, press a little higher through your hips. And exhale, lower your hips down, walk your hands to the front of the mat, come to stand in Tadasana. Take a wiggle, take a shake, feel out your body. Maybe what feels good after that little opening, what feels like it could maybe still use some energy, some movement, some mobility, some attention. We're gonna move into a more flow portion of our class, breath with movement. And let it just be an opportunity to give your mind something fun to latch onto. And of course, if any of this feels too fast or doesn't feel right, listen to your breath. Let your movements kind of go based off that. So if anything needs to be slowed down, sped up, explored differently, please do that. Inhale, sweep your arms high. Gaze between your thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up, find some length through your spine and your side waist. Feet are grounded. Exhale, hands draw to heart center. 3 more, breathe in to lift something up, to lift your energy up. Exhale to let something go. 2 more. Good. Shift your weight into your left leg. Inhale. Sweep your arms high as your right knee floats towards your chest. Stork pose. Exhale. We're going to lever our upper body forward towards a modified warrior three. Hands are going to come to heart center. Press back through your right heel as you straighten your right leg back behind you. Breathe in to find some length through the spine. Upper body is parallel with the mat. Good. Exhale, bend into your left knee. Plant your right toes down. Ball of the right foot down. High crescent lunge. Breathe in, open up into the shape. Arms lift. Right glute engages as you press right hip forward. Exhale, pivot your back heel down. Turn your body to the right, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right hand down, your right thigh, left arm up and back. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Left elbow to the left knee for support. And breathe in to extend through your right fingertips. Gaze up to the sky. Exhale, turn to the top of the mat. Drop your back knee down. Breathe in, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Hips press forward and down, front body opens. Exhale, hands plant to frame your left foot. Step your left knee back, tabletop pose. Inhale into your cow. Dip your belly, open your heart. Toes are tucked. Exhale, cat pose. Use this as a transition back to child's pose. And then slide your hands up your thighs. Inhale to drive your hips forward. Find this tall kneeling shape. Arms stretch high. Exhale, hands plant. Tuck your toes if they're not already. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, bend your knees, gaze to your thumbs. Breathe out, walk, hop, float, step, top of your mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to shins, crown of the head tugs forward. And exhale, fold, release, let it go. Feet are strongly pressing into the mat. Inhale to rise, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shift your weight into your right foot. Inhale, stork pose, left knee to chest. Exhale, modified warrior three, hands to heart. Lever your upper body forward, kick back through your left heel. A nice straight leg, active hamstrings and glutes. Inhale for some length. Exhale, bend slightly into your right knee. Drop your back toes, high crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, back heel drops, pivot to the left, bend into your front knee, warrior two. Inhale, reverse left hand down, your left thigh, right up and back. Exhale, set up for your extended side angle, right elbow down to your right knee. As you breathe in, your left arm can sweep up to the sky, or left fingertips can stretch forward to the top of the mat. Good, exhale, back knee drops. Face the front of your mat. Breathe in, Anjaneyasana. Breathe out, hands plant to frame your right foot. Step your right knee back to meet your left. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Use that as a transition back to a child's pose, and then slide your hands down the mat, up your thighs. Hips are on your heels at first, and then as you breathe in, press them forward. Whole front body opens as your arms lift. Stay active through your glutes here. Keep some integrity through your pelvis and your low back. Exhale, hands plant, downward facing dog. Inhale, knees bend, gaze forward. Exhale, top of the mat, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Find some length through your spine. And exhale, let it go. Ground down through both feet evenly. Stand, arms sweep high, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Weight into your left foot. Inhale, stork pose, arms high. Right knee floats up into your chest. Exhale, warrior three modified, or extend your arms all the way forward. Breathe in to stretch fingertips long and right heel long. Breathe out, set up for your high crescent lunge, back toes drop. Nice and softly. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Turn to the right of the mat, bend into your left knee. Inhale, float into your reverse. Circle your left arm up and back. Exhale, side angle pose, left elbow, left knee. Breathe in to stretch through your right fingertips and through your right pinky toe. Find some breath into the right lung. Exhale, back knee drops. Right shoulder drops. Breathe in, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands plant. Left knee meets the right. Inhale to cow pose. Exhale to cat pose, round. Draw your hips towards your heels. Slide your hands back. As you inhale, tall kneeling. Arms up, hips forward. Glutes engaged. Exhale, plant your hands. Downward facing dog. Good. Bend your knees. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, open your mouth, let the breath out. Ground down through your feet. Inhale to stand, arms high. Move with some rhythm, hands to heart center. Shift into your right foot, stork pose, left knee to chest. Exhale, warrior three, modified or full version. Left heel back, left glute is lifting, and maybe your fingertips stretch forward. Good, exhale, bend your right knee, plant your back toes. High crescent lunge on your in-breath. Virabhadrasana 2, exhale. Reverse your warrior. Good, make your way to the front of the mat, right elbow to the right knee. Extended side angle, inhale into the full length of your stretch here. And exhale, drop your back knee. Open up, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, tabletop pose. Frame your right foot, step your right knee back. Breathe into your heart opener of choice. Breathe out, push round. Find some fluidity through your spine as you sink hips to heels, slide your hands back. And let that ripple effect move up your spine as you press your hips forward. Arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. Gaze between your thumbs, bend your knees. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out to let it go. Last round here with a few changes. Inhale, come to stand immediately, right knee to chest, arms high, stork pose. Exhale, warrior three of your choice. Swim your arms forward, kick back through your right heel. Good, high crescent lunge, plant your back foot. Curl your heart up to the sky. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, pivot to the right. Sink into your right knee. Arms are stretching long in either direction. Broaden through your collarbones. Breathe in, warrior, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, set up for the pose. And then use the rebound of your next inhale to stretch fully into your shape. Good, exhale, straighten your front knee, setting up for reverse triangle. Right hand slides down your right leg. Left arm circles up and back. Left side body stretch. Good. Exhale, Trikonasana triangle pose. Keep a little micro bend into your left knee. Please use a block if you'd like underneath the left hand at the top of the mat. Or you can place your left hand on your shin. As you breathe in, you're going to open your right hand up to the sky and kind of lean back into the space behind you. So hips are shifting back. Feeling a nice stretch in the left inner thigh. And finding some length through both sides of your waist. Some expansion across the front of your heart. Good, inhale here. Exhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Bend into your left knee. Come to a Ardha Chandrasana half moon pose. So now we're propelling off our left foot to lift our right foot from the mat. Stack your right hip on top of your left, so we're still turning our body to the right. Half moon pose, breathe in here. Breathe out to stay. Inhale, can you find some active lift and buoyancy, but stability through your left foot? Exhale, bend into your left knee, plant your right foot at the back of the mat. Reverse your triangle, straighten your front leg. Good, extended side angle, left elbow, left knee. Inhale to extend through your right fingertips. Good. Exhale, drop your back knee, setting up for low lunge. Breathe into Anjaneyasana. Breathe out. You've been here before. Move through your vinyasa. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat pose. All the way back to child's. And slide your hands back. Breathe into your tall kneeling shape. Open up your arms. This time, option exhale. Bring your hands to your sacrum, your space between your low back and your bottom. Bring your shoulders onto your back body. And inhale to lift your heart up. Camel prep pose. Exhale, maybe you lean back a little bit. Really prioritizing length as opposed to a deep back bend. One more breath here. Exhale, use your core to stack shoulders over hips. Plant your hands at the top of the mat and glide back downward facing dog. Gaze to the top of the mat, bend your knees. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Step, hop, float your way there. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, let your breath go. Good, plant through your feet. Actually, plant through your right foot. Inhale, left knee to chest, arms high, stork pose. Exhale, warrior three. Lever your upper body forward, kick back through your left heel. Maybe swim your arms forward, find some length on an inhale. Elongate through all the lines of your body. Exhale, plant your back foot. High crescent lunge, breathe in. Exhale, warrior two. Pivot to the left. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, setting up for extended side angle, right elbow, right knee. Inhale, left fingertips up or to the top of the mat. Good. Exhale, press and straighten your right leg, setting up for reverse triangle. Left hand down the left thigh, right arm circles to the back of the mat. Exhale, come back through center. Extend your fingertips to the top of the mat. Find your Trikonasana of choice, using a block or not. Plant your right fingertips down for support. Keep a micro bend in the front knee. And then really stack your left hip kind of back and on top of your right. Not quite exactly, but just so you can find this nice opening in the left side of your hip and waist. Some opening of your pelvis. Good, now left fingertips stretch high and maybe even curl your heart up so you're leaning back into the space behind you. One more breath in. Exhale, propel into your right foot, bend into your right knee. We're gonna lift up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So again, left pelvis, left hip stacks on top of right. We're flexing out through our left ankle, pressing out through our left heel. Find the balance, find the stability, and then use that as a rooting point to kind of stretch upward, outward, elongate. One more breath. Exhale, we're coming out the way we came in. Bend your right knee to plant your back foot down, and then inhale, straighten into your reverse triangle. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Inhale, stay here. And exhale, drop your back knee down. Low lunge, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right knee to meet your left. Inhale, open into a cow shape. And exhale, push round. Let that move your spine, your hips all the way back. And then slide your hands up. Find that unraveling as you press your hips forward, arms reach high. Exhale, this time option for the camel prep, hands to your low back. Or stay with a gentle flow, or if you really want it, you can take full Ustrasana camel pose. I like to keep my toes tucked because it gives me just a little bit more space in my low back. I don't have to go as far. Bring your hands to your heels. So here our front body and our back body is engaged so that we're not crunching and arching significantly in our low back. So hands to heels. Roll your shoulders back. Lift up through your heart. Let the breath fill your rib cage, and then find that buoyancy through the back of the heart up towards the sky. As you roll your shoulders back, maybe close your eyes here. You can drop your head back if you'd like. 3 breaths in whatever camel shape you're taking. Blink your eyes open if you close them. Use an exhale, use that force production to lift you back up so shoulders are stacked over your hips. Untuck your toes and sit down. Close your eyes again. Place your hands on your thighs and be here. Let your breath, let your energy circulate through. Feel your heart rate. Probably a little bit elevated right now. What does that make you feel? Can you sit with it? Does it feel good? Does it feel weird? As you soften your shoulders and unclench your jaw and your brow, can you start to let your breathing rate and your heart rate slow down, find some ease as we transition to a nice stretch at the end of this class. If you'd like to stay longer, please do. Otherwise, blink your eyes open. We're gonna find our deer shape again with our right knee leading. Toes are pointed or flexed. Knees are at 90 or bent more. We're gonna do a side stretch this time. So left hand can come onto your left shin or ankle. Reach your right fingertips up to the sky. And then side bend over to the right, or to the left, I'm sorry. I also like to bring my hand to the outside of my left skull or left face, left ear, to give some support for my neck, but also the weight of the head can kind of lift my right elbow up to the sky, finding a more significant stretch to the armpit, the lat, the side body. Five breaths or so to land here, to breathe here. Let it feel good, let it feel supported, whatever that means for you. Next exhale moves you through center, switch it out. Just swap out your legs, whichever way you're facing. Ground down through your pelvis. Right hand comes to your right leg anywhere for a bit of support, a bit of a pull to deepen into the side stretch. Inhale, sweep your left fingertips high. And then exhale, side stretch over to the right. Again, you can place your hand on the outside of your right face if you'd like. Curl your heart up to the sky. Breathe into your left lung. Find some expansion through your belly, your rib cage. Maybe even up into your chest a little bit. A few more cycles of breath here. Next exhale draws you through center. Extend your legs to the top of the mat and lay down onto your back. You can scoot your hips up or down or whatever you need. And then hug your knees into your chest. Take a little bit of a rock from side to side. You can wrap your arms around the fronts of the shins or the backs of the thighs. Again, it's really not about attaining the full expression or posture, biggest stretch you can. I'd rather you just feel good and supported and embodied. Next time your knees drop over to the right a little bit, let them go all the way down so you find yourself in a supine twist. Right shoulder is grounded. Left knee is stacked on top of right. And we're peeling our left shoulder open. Left fingertips extend out from your left shoulder. Oh, I think this feels so good. In the back of the left rib cage, see if you can send your breath there. Twisting from the thoracic spine. And if you'd like, we're gonna add some arm circles. So you're just gonna trace your left fingertips all the way over your head towards the right side as your left shoulder kind of closes on top of your right. And then sweep your fingertips on the ground all the way back open, either extending from the left shoulder or down to your left hip. Big circles, let's do about 3 of them. Up and overhead to the right as you come onto your side body. And then overhead over to the left as you open up again. One more time, move at your own speed. And if you're hanging out in the twist, hang out in the twist for a couple more breaths. We'll all meet there for a few more cycles. Good, roll through center, switch it out. So knees drop to the left, right knee is stacked on top of left. And then peel your right shoulder open, ground down to your right shoulder blade. Maybe your gaze follows your right fingertips. Option to stay here, or if you'd like, we're gonna slide our hand along the ground, overhead to the left, stack your right shoulder over your left. And then open back up again. Fingertips can extend out from the right shoulder or draw all the way down towards your bottom. 2 more big circles. Move with ease, move with curiosity. Last one, we open up and let's hold for a couple breaths. Exhale, let it go, come through center. We'll find a Supta Baddha Konasana. Similar shape that we found in seated, so soles of the feet are pointing and hugging each other, knees draw out wide. Again, find what works for your hips. If you want, you can also place a block underneath your knees. I actually prefer this. Just for my particular hip anatomy, I like to have some support underneath my knees. Place your hands on your belly, close your eyes, roll your shoulders underneath your back body. So you find a little expansion through the heart space. Soften through the low back. Let yourself become heavy here. You have the option to stay in Supta Baddha Konasana if you'd like. Join me as we stretch out into a nice Shavasana. Heels to the corners of your mat. Hands can stay on your belly or they can open up wide, take up some space. Get any wiggles out of your body that you need so you can land with some comfort here for just a couple minutes. Let yourself actually be here. Try not to rush away from this space. And if you do feel like your mind is wandering, return to not controlling the breath, but just paying attention to the simple, rhythmic, circular inhales and exhales. Take a deeper breath in. Exhale, let yourself get really heavy for this last breath. Melting your skin into the mat. If you can stay longer, please do. If you need to start the transition out, bring some wiggles into your fingers and toes. Roll onto a side for a moment. Doesn't matter which side. Keeping your eyes closed for a few minutes, few moments longer as we are in this transition space between a practice that we were really able to be with ourselves, commit to time with ourselves, with our bodies and minds and whatever else came up. Between that and going back into the outer world. Press through your hands so you can come to a seat, crossing whichever ankle in front feels good. Lift up through your spine, ground down through your pelvis. Check in one final time. Check in with how you can bring you into whatever's next, into your family, your job, any other responsibilities. It doesn't have to be anything really deep or philosophical. You can just move forward with presence, with gratitude. Hands come to heart center or third eye center. Thank you for practicing with me. All right, everybody. That felt good. That felt good in my body. I hope it felt good in yours. And you feel opened, but also grounded, calm, but rejuvenated. That's the goal with these little combination classes. Hope you loved it. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.